Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again for another Tribulation Harvest playlist video. Before we get to the unboxing and I show you what came in, I want to show you this shirt first because I highlight my Christian shirts. I'm starting to highlight my Christian shirts on every video until I run out of shirts, of course. And this one says, Jesus will return like a thief in the night. Now, I don't know if you can see it because on my screen everything's almost washed out because it's so bright in this room from the sunlight, but hopefully you can see it. Now, if you like this shirt, you can purchase it from my Zazzle account. I'll leave a link in the description below. All my Zazzle products are listed with the lowest royalty possible. I'm not in it to make money, I'm in it to share Jesus. And the good thing about this is when you go to Zazzle and you want to order this shirt, you have the option to change things. So if you want to change the lettering to maybe red, I think it gives you the option to do that. So you can change. The yellow seems a little, if I had made the moon a little bit darker, the yellow would have shown up more brilliantly. So I'm in the process of hopefully losing more weight. And as I do, when I go down a shirt size, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the moon a little bit darker and so that the yellow lettering will show up. But yeah, there you go. Okay, let's see what's... I want to take my daughter's stuff out before you see my stuff. Here's her stuff. She's got a new phone case. Where is it? She's got a new phone case because she got a new phone. And we also have screen protectors that I got for her, which is cool because it gives you a little what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but I'll put it, where's the camera? I'll put it right there. So we got one of these and be able to put these screen protectors on, well, a screen protector on, and have extra for her phone. Now we used to have the same phone, so I could just buy one packet of these, and it would, and we'd have screen protectors for both phones. But she's switched to a different type phone, so she's got to have her own. So that's what I bought. But enough about my daughter's stuff. Here's what I got for me. And I told you that I wanted to put everything in digital format. You know, have printed form, old school, and then put stuff in digital format. So what I did was I ended up getting these packets, which I will open one because it's Ziploc. I've got two here. There's no invoice in there. That's strange. So I have two here. I'll open one. And they're SanDisk 16 gigabyte flash drives. And I bought them in packets of 10. So that's what I purchased. It's 3.0 USB, but 3.0 USB also works with 2.0. So that's not a big deal. 3.0 is quicker, but you can also use it in a device that has 2.0 USB port. So I got 20 of these. I needed 12 and I wanted one for me, but I figured instead of, if I bought 3 extra ones, it would cost about half as much as I spent on 10. So that just didn't make sense. So I just used, spent a little bit more money and bought 2 packs of 10 to give me 20. So I'll have a few extra to play with if I want to make a few more packets. And I have the thinner packets, the thinner After Rapture packets that I can put these in as well if I choose to, which I probably will, and just hand those out to special people. Not just like willy-nilly hand them out because they're kind of expensive. So, and that's it for this unboxing right now. Hold on, I'll be right with you. As you can see, there's a little message on the bottom. It says installing device driver software. That's what happens the minute you plug the SanDisk in. Now it says your device is ready to use. It's been installed successfully, and then you get another box, and you can just open the folder to view the files. Now in this folder there are two files over here. SanDisk Security Access, they're PDF files. You don't need these. So I'll go back over here and I'll just right click, delete, yes, right click, delete. Okay. Because I don't need those apps on my computer. So now we have an empty folder. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm now going to go into my folder that has all my downloadable content for this disk. I'll be right back. So here we are. Here's just a partial list. Well, it's a full list of what I have in my digital media folder, but it's not a complete list of what I want to put on the flash drive. But this is good enough for now, for a very, very brief tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I've got the book, The Basics, and I've got it on digital format here. So I'm going to right-click that. I'm going to go down to Send To, and then at the bottom of that list, it says, if you can see it, it says Removable Disk E, and I'm going to click on that. Now, it just sent that to my flash drive. So I'll do the same thing for the King James Bible PDF. Right-click, Send To, Removable Disk E. Then I'll do the same thing for the King James Bible in rich text format. Send To, Removable Disk. Okay, so now how do I know it's all there? Well, we're going to go to the removable disk. On the left hand side here it says Removable Disk E. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, let me turn. There we go. On the left hand side here it says Removable Disk E. I'm going to click on that, and as you can see, three documents popped up. The King James Bible PDF, the same thing in rich text format, and the Basics book in PDF. And that's how you transfer your files from your computer over to your flash drive. It's very easy. So all you really need to do is, actually, once I get everything that I want in that folder, I can just highlight everything and move it all over at one time. But I wanted to pick and choose because I haven't reviewed everything on that list, and I just didn't want to move everything over all at once. So then the next thing you're going to want to do to take your flash drive out, and this is very important, is to, let me show you this. You go down here, you click that little arrow, and you have this little icon, and it says safely remove hardware and eject media. Well, you click that. Then once you click that, it says eject device, and you click that. Then you get this little message that says it's safe to remove the hardware. Then and only then do you remove this from your computer. I'm doing it one-handed. Do not try removing this. I'm sorry, I'm probably all blurred. Do not try removing this before you go through that step, because you can corrupt the data on this, and if you do that, you may end up having to reformat the whole thing and doing it all over again. Alright, now the next thing I have to decide is whether or not I'm actually going to add a first aid and a survival kit in the packet. Now I've ordered the container to put everything in, and I believe I've left myself enough room to put something like this in there. I just don't know if I could put two of these in there, so this might end up being a combination first aid / survival kit, or I may be able to put two of those in there. But then again, I don't want to overcrowd it with stuff like this and neglect and not have enough room to put all the Christian content I want in there. The Christian content goes in first. Whatever room there is left, the extra stuff goes in. So I'm waiting to get the containers in, and I'll do an unboxing for that. They're on their way. They're coming from California, so it'll take a little while to get here. And I want to dry fit a couple of things in there. Put the Bible in there. Put this in here, in there. Put the contents of this smaller packet, because I have my booklet, the Tribulation timeline. I've got a cross necklace. I've got some tracts and things like that. Put that stuff in there. A DVD, which we'll talk about. And I want to make sure I put all that stuff in there, and then say put a fake packet of information in there, and then see how much room I have left to put something like this. Another thing, see, the thing is, I don't know if they're going to need, if it's necessary for me to put a survival kit in there or a first aid kit in there. I want to do that, but I don't know what the situation is going to be like. I mean, we just went through this situation worldwide where people stocked up on stuff. So do I include a packet of stuff if people have already purchased first aid stuff and survival stuff already? It just might be duplicating somebody else's effort. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to pray about that and seek the Lord about that and see what to put in. It might just be something very, very basic, or something that maybe they never even thought of purchasing for themselves. Like one of those can openers and things like that. So, you know, the small ones that you can use for camping or military or whatever. So I forgot what they're called. But things like that in here. Things like a spare lighter, waterproof matches, a small $1 flashlight. But you can nickel and dime yourself to death when you're trying to put together something like this. And although you can pick up a lot of stuff at the local dollar store or any kind of chain store that sells things on the low end, still, if you're putting, say, 10 items in here and they cost you $1 each, just $10. So if you're doing that multiple times for a dozen, there's $120 right there that you're throwing in. And 10 items is not really that much when you're considering first aid and survival. It's really not that much. So I'm trying to do some homemade stuff as well, and I'll do that in another video. Fire starters and things like that. It's all stuff you can glean from YouTube and stuff like that on how to make your own fire starters and things like that. But I'll just let you know what I put together should I decide to put one of these in there. And if you're going to put anything in there, make sure if it's liquid, you put it in a Ziploc bag and then put it in a container that can lock, because you don't want anything spilling out onto the important information that you've put in there. Okay, so, but we can discuss the safety aspects and sanitary aspects of all that in another video. So, I want to encourage you also to, when you're thinking about your own project, your own After Rapture packet project, After Rapture packet project, you want to seriously consider what you want to store it in. If it's a small packet, you can put it in a Ziploc bag. And I got the freezer bag because it's nice and thick. If it's a larger project, you're going to want to try to put it in something like plastic. Now I know I have seen other After Rapture packets and this information is in cardboard boxes. They're stacked up on display in cardboard boxes and everything, but the problem with that is, in the case of a national emergency, hurricane, something like that, you end up getting water damage. So you have a roof leak, a pipe burst, whatever, and you have a leak. You don't want the information that you just spent hours upon hours putting together, and you spent your hard-earned money to just get ruined. So I would encourage you not to put anything in cardboard boxes. If you need to, that's fine. If you can put them in a place where you know they're not going to get any water damage, that's fine. Do what you can do. My advice would be to put it in something that's impervious to water. So this isn't what I'm putting it in. This is, of course, but I am getting a bigger tote with a handle on top and a couple of clips on the side, which will protect the contents against water damage. and moisture from the air. Cardboard boxes, if it's humid, will absorb that moisture, and it could cause mold. And if you get mold and it hits the contents inside your After Rapture packet, there you go. I mean, it's not going to be worth anything if the mold gets to it. So I encourage you to go plastic, metal, maybe wood. I'm not sure about wood, but plastic, metal, glass. Have you ever thought about that? This just came to my head. Hold on a second. I've got to wash this out. I just finished eating all the pickled eggs that I had made. I got to make another batch. But it was sitting over there on the counter, and I just remembered glass. Glass. And you can get these plastic lids separately, or you can use the lids that it comes with. But this is, let's see. Yeah, this is a 2-pint wide mouth ball jar, canning jar. And you can use this as well. I mean, use anything that you can. It's impervious to mold and water or anything like that, and you can just put whatever you want in there. You can put, although you can put the Book of John in there. You can put the Book of John with Psalms in there, or Proverbs and Psalms or something, or you may be able to get a paperback Bible in here, but you can put other things in here as well, like tracts and printed information. And you can write right on the top, After Rapture packet, please take. So here's another, and if you do something like this, I would be really, now that I'm thinking of this, I might do a little mini project. I might just take everything that's in here and see if it fits in here and do another video on that. And this might be another little mini project for me to do, to stick in there while we're working on this larger project. So stay tuned for that, because now I'm really intrigued about what I can or cannot put in here. So if you have suggestions, leave it in the comment section below. But anyway, what I was saying was try to put it in something that's going to be impervious to water, because you want to protect the contents. The contents are precious. So as you can see, when you're building a project from the ground up, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of thought, it takes a lot of planning, and it takes some money. I thank the Lord that I already have a foundation to build upon, even though I'm making it more substantial, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I hope you stuck with me through this whole video, and that you stick with me through these series of videos as I work my way through building a new After Rapture packet. I just didn't want to figure everything out and then just come to you and say, here's what I have, and put it all together like that. I want you to be able to see the thought process, the time it takes, the waiting for the stuff to come in, the change in plans, and the new ideas that pop up while you're going through something like this. So I hope you stay with me through the rest of the series of videos concerning building a new After Rapture packet. This is only part 4. I'm hoping not to go past part 10. So we'll see what happens. If it gets close to 10, I'm going to start condensing things. So don't worry, it's not going to be an 80-part series on how to put together an After Rapture packet. So thank you for joining me. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd be really interested in hearing what you have to say about the series and what you have to say about your own After Rapture packet. So whether or not just watching these series of videos is kind of like inspiring you to create your own. And I'd be really interested in finding out what you're going to put in yours, because people are different. People are different, and I love seeing people's different points of view and what they put in theirs, because it's a plastic container that I'm going to be putting it in, and you can just pop these babies open and just add or detract from what you've put in there. So if you find something better than what you've put in there, take out what you put in there, put something better in there. If you find additional material, just pop it off and put it in there. So that's the beauty of having something that's not sealed. Because if it's sealed, every time you want to update it, you're going to have to break the seal and reseal it again, and you don't want to have to keep doing that. So, as I said, thank you for watching the video. If you would consider subscribing, I'd appreciate that. And if you do subscribe, please click the notification bell, and every time I post a video, click all, so every time I post a video, you'll be notified. Thanks a lot. God bless. Bye.